do 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 do. Alrighty. Oh look, virus threat protection, no current threats found. That's good. So go to my home screen, and my ghetto VTuber is working. I say ghetto because of my. I need to get something to where I can where it doesn't track my eye because it's terrible how it doesn't get cross-eyed and stuff there now. Okay, so we're continuing on with chapter 60. And this time, we were using the Firefox archive, but since I made an update with my Bible app, the one I've been switching back and forth from, um, we can go ahead and use that this time. So in the Apocrypha, First Enoch, and we start on 60. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get to chapter 80 today. They're not long, but I just hope I can talk that long. Okay, so in the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, in the life of Enoch, in that parable I saw how a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, and the host of the Most High and the angels, 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, were disquieted with a great disquiet. And the head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. Um, head of days. Good Lord. Head of days. I'm just gonna highlight that and move on. The great trembling seized me, and fear took hold of me, and my loins gave way, which and dissolved my reins, and I fell upon my face. I'm pretty sure that should be fell on my knees. Probably not loins either. And Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. And when he had raised me up, my spirit returned, for I had not been able to endure the look of this host, the, the commotion and the quaking of heaven. And Michael said unto me, why art thou disquieted with such a vision? Until this day lasted the day of his mercy, and he hath been merciful and long suffering towards those who dwell on the earth. And when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, um, righteous law. What is this righteous law? The old covenant was fulfilled by Jesus Christ. Right, righteous law. And that's exactly it. What is this righteous law? The old covenant was fulfilled by Jesus Christ. No, I mean, unless you don't accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, which he paid the price for us. That price is not paid if we don't accept him. Please don't boom. Oh man, it thundered earlier and I heard it loud. Boom! And it shook the house and I jumped and I was like, ah! And yeah, it was kind of frightening a little bit, and I was scared just for a second, and then my chest was hurt. kind of hammered. It was completely silent, and it's like, boom. But yeah, um, moving on. On that day, were two monsters parted. Monster? Female monster named Leviathan to dwell in the abyss of the ocean over the fountains of the waters. Did you know that Leviathan is in the KJV Bible? Um, yeah, at least from my memory, it shouldn't be there. It's like imaginary creatures, like unicorns. Remember the verse now? It says now, have uh, the strength of a unicorn, which it should be the strength of an ox. Um, but yeah. To dwell in the abyss of the ocean over the fountains of the waters. It means it's very easy for an imaginary creature to dwell anywhere. I mean, uh, unless people are letting it dwell in their mind because it doesn't exist anywhere else. Um, but the male is named Behemoth. Is that like a satanic beast or Satan or a demon? Kind of seems that way to me, though. Who occupied with his breast a waste wilderness named uh I can't even pronounce that. I'm not going to. The D on the east of the garden where the elect and righteous dwell, where my grandfather was taken up, the seventh from Adam, the first man whom the Lord of Spirits created. And I brought the other angel that he should show me the might of those monsters, how they were parted on one day and cast, the one into the abyss of the sea, and the other unto the dry land of the wilderness. And he said to me, Thou son of man, herein thou dust. It should be doth, doth, but dust. To know what is hidden. Good Lord. Red dust, dust, green, D DOS. Are you kidding me? DOST. Uh, chapter. Okay, I'm on chapter 60. We'll come back to it. DOST. Um, not bookmarks. Um, manage tags. Uh, DOST. We're just gonna create that. And how many of those are there actually? Um, dust. There's 66 verses with dust in it. When will they stop? Okay. No. We're done. Created tags. Let's go back to Enoch 60. Thus seek to know what is hidden. And the angel who went with me showed me what was hidden, told me what is first and last in the heaven, in the height, and beneath the earth in the depth, and at the ends of the heaven, and on the foundation of the heaven. And the chambers of the winds, and how the winds are divided, and how they are weighed, and how the portals of the winds are reckoned, each according to the power of the wind, and the power of the lights of the moon, and according to the power that is fitting, and the divisions of the stars according to their names, and how all the divisions are divided. Okay. 13. And the thunders according to the place where they fall, and all the divisions that are made among the lightnings. What is it with the lightnings? That it may lighten, and their host, that they may at once obey. For the thunder has places of rest. There's this weird cross symbol in this. Wonder what kind of font that is. I have no idea. Which are assigned to it while it is waiting for its peal. And the thunder and lightning are inseparable, and although not one and undivided, they both go together through the spirit and separate not. For the lightning lightens, and thunder utters its voice, and the spirit enforces a pause during the peal, and divides equally between them. For the treasury of their peals is like the sand, and each one of them, as it peals, is held in with a bridle, and turned back by the power of the spirit, and pushed forward according to the many quarters of the earth. And the spirits of the sea is masculine and strong, and there is no spirit of the sea. And it's not masculine or whatever, it's just the sea. When God created the heavens and the earth, yeah, it was, what was it? It was, you hovered over the face of the waters and all. It mentioned no spirit of the sea. And according to the might of his strength, he draws it back with a rain, and in like manner it is driven forward and disperses amid all the mountains of the earth. And the spirit of the, I'm just gonna say H Frost because that sounds like a bad word, is his own angel, and the spirit of the hail is a good angel. The spirit of the snow is forsaken his chambers on account of his strength. There's a special spirit therein, and that which sends from it is like smoke, and its name is frost. Okay, another one. The spirit of the mist is not united with them in their chambers, but it is a special chamber, for its course is glorious both in light and in darkness, and in winter and in summer, and in its chamber is an angel. And the spirit of the dew has its dwelling at the ends of the heaven, and is connected with the chambers of the rain, and its course is in winter and summer, and its clouds and the clouds of the mist are connected, and the one gives to the other, apparently. And when the spirit of the rain goes forth from its chamber, the angels come and open the chamber and lead it out. And when it is diffused over the whole earth, it unites with the water on the earth. And whensoever it unites with the water on the earth, dot dot dot. For the waters are for those who dwell on the earth, for they are nourishment for the earth from the Most High who is in heaven. Therefore, there is a measure for the rain, and angels take it in charge. These things I saw towards the garden of the righteous. Garden of the righteous? I have no idea what that is either. I'm just gonna highlight it. Uh, Garden of the righteous. Huh. Doop-a-doop-doo. An angel of peace who was with me said to me, "These two monsters prepared conformably to the greatness of God shall feed. Dot dot dot." I don't remember there being monsters like that in Enoch. That's weird. Because I read it like I've read it a few times, but yeah, it was always kind of weird with some of the talks with names of God, like what was it, Lord of Spirits or something like that? Yeah, Lord of Spirits stuff. Because the KJV isn't like that, but yeah, the two monsters. Um, don't want to say. I guess I could have missed it, but I don't think I did. It's weird. Let me let me let me lean back a little bit. Get relax a little bit. I can't move the mouse. Okay. When the punishment of the Lord of Spirits, yeah, Lord of Spirits right there, shall rest upon them, it shall rest in order that the punishment of the Lord of Spirits may not come in vain And it shall slay the children with their mothers and the children with their fathers. Afterwards, the judgment shall take place according to his mercy and his patience. Um, really? Uh, judgment, Lord's. Well, judgment comes against everyone. It does, but that doesn't really. Basically, anyone who doesn't accept Jesus is lost. But because I guess it's a good question. Is there an age of accountability? And two, if there's an age of accountability, at what point does that take place? Uh, Alrighty, 61. And I saw in those days how long cords were given to those angels, and they took to themselves wings and flew, and they went towards the north. And I asked the angel, saying unto him, why have those angels taken those cords and gone off? And he said unto me, they have gone to measure. And the angels who went with me said unto me, these shall bring the measures of the righteous, and the ropes of the righteous to the righteous, that they may stay themselves on the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. Forever and ever was broken there. Forever. Yeah. It's one word. Just I'm nitpicking. Sorry. The elect shall begin to dwell with the elect, and those are the measures which shall be given to faith, and which shall strengthen righteousness. And these measures shall reveal all the secrets of the depth of the earth, and those who have been destroyed by the desert, and those who have been devoured by the beasts, and those who have been devoured by the fish of the sea, that they may return and stay themselves on the day of the elect one. Day of the elect one? For none shall be destroyed before the Lord of spirits, and none can be destroyed. And all who dwell above in the heaven received a command and power and one voice and one light like unto fire. And that one with their first words they blessed and extolled and lauded with wisdom, and they were wise in utterance and in the spirit of life. And the Lord of spirits placed the elect one on the throne of glory, and he shall judge all by the works of the holy above in the heaven, and in the balance shall their deeds be weighed. Um, Excuse me, we don't judge. So the elect one, if if God placed, if God, if God had anyone judge judging, if um, blah, 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 blah. Had anyone, if there was anyone who could uh, judge besides God, that would have to be Jesus, because none of us are fit for the task. That's what I'm going to say there. And when he shall lift up his countenance to judge their secrets, secret ways according to the word of the name of the Lord of spirits, and their path according to the way of the righteous judgment of the Lord of spirits. Hey, they got judgment with an E. Good job. Then shall they all with one voice speak and bless and glorify and extol and sanctify the name of the Lord of spirits. Yeah, you know there are verses in the KJV now where the E is completely missing. Um, and it's supposed to be there. Every word that says judgment with an E. But apparently, with the Mandela effect, they're the scholars, the better ones than us, they can't spell. Just like some of them get a rating now with Jeremy instead of Jeremiah, or or Noe instead of Noah, Noe. Yeah. Um, and he will summon all the host of heavens and all the holy ones above, and the host of God, the the cherubim. I thought it was the cherubim, cherubim. Huh. Seraphim and Ophanim and all the angels of power, all the angels of principles and the elect one, and the other powers on the earth and over the water. And that day shall raise one voice and bless and glorify and exalt in the spirit of faith, and in the spirit of wisdom, and in the spirit of patience, and in the spirit of mercy, and in the spirit of judgment and of peace, and in the spirit of goodness, and shall all say with one voice, blessed is he, and may the name of the Lord of spirits be blessed forever and ever. And forever is broken once again. The elect shall begin to dwell with the elect. Wait a minute. Let's do the. They've got him. Blah. Okay. It jumps to the top when after I complete that. Good to know. Forever and ever. All who sleep not above in heaven shall bless him. All the holy ones who are in heaven shall bless him, and all the elect who dwell in the garden of life. And every spirit of light who is able to bless and glorify and extol and hallow thy thy blessed name. Hallowed be thy blessed name. Oh. And all flesh shall beyond measure glorify and bless thy name forever and again. Broken again. Forever. And when I save it didn't jump to the top. Huh. For great is the mercy of the Lord of spirits, and he is long suffering, and all his works and all that he has created. He has revealed to the righteous and elect in the name of the Lord of the spirits. Okay, so that's 61. That is so much easier. And thus the Lord commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, and said, open your eyes and lift up your horn if you are able to recognize the elect one. And the Lord of spirits seated him on the throne of his glory, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him. And the word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and all. Doesn't that sound like Jesus opening his mouth with the or something with the light or something of his coming? Kind of sounds like brightness of his coming. Kind of sounds like Revelations there, you know. The word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and all their unrighteousness are destroyed from before his face. And there shall stand up in that day all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who hold the earth, and they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his glory, and righteousness is judged before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then shall pain come upon them as on a woman in travail, and she has pain in bringing forth when her child enters the mouth of the womb, and she has pain in bringing forth. And one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall be downcast of countenance, and pain shall seize them when they see that Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. Ah, there it is, right there. Part 5. Son of Man. It's a different type title. That's the problem. Son of man, red, um, son of God. Titles are important. I don't call you Mr. Smith if your name is Davy Jones. This, this title, when I read scriptures, was not in my KJV. It wasn't in my physical Bible. This title was in my Bible. So why would this title somehow be in my childhood ink printed Bible when it should be this one? Yeah, that's yeah. The son of man is not the son of the Son of God. They are two different titles and one and and the Son of Man the blah, 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 blah. And the Son of Man was not in my Bible. Alrighty. And just so I don't I'm gonna export data. Double backup, save. Yes, I want to replace. Now we can go back. And the kings and the mighty and all who possess the earth shall bless and glorify and extol him who rules over all, who is hidden. And from the beginning, the Son of Man was Son of Man. I'm just highlighting it this time, right now. Okay. From the beginning, the Son of Man was hidden, and the Most High preserved him in the presence of his might, and revealed him to the elect. And the congregation of the elect and the holy shall be sown, and all the elect shall stand before him on that day. And all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces and worship and set their hope upon that Son of they'll be before the Son of God. And petition him and supplicate for mercy at his hands. Nevertheless, the Lord of spirits will press them that they shall hastily go forth from his presence, and their faces shall be filled with shame, and the darkness grow deeper on their faces. And he shall deliver them to the angels for punishment, to execute vengeance on them because they have oppressed his children and his elect. And they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and for his elect. They shall rejoice over them, because the wrath of the Lord of spirits resteth upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. I don't know about that part right there. Cast them out where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's, yeah. And the righteous and the elect shall be saved on that day, and they shall never, thence. I think it was, and they shall never thereafter, thenceforward. Oh, that's a weird word. Thenceforward. At DHANCE. Uh, thenceforward. Thenceforward. Great. Okay, so thenceforward. There's 6 verses with thenceforward. And look at that. They're all in this time the new word is all in Apocrypha. Nice. Okay, it was right there. And they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. They shall never thereafter see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. The Lord of spirits will abide over them, and with that, don't I have Son of Man in my Am I in it? I am in Enoch 162. Yeah, Enoch chapter 62. Import. Okay, Enoch chapter. Doop doop doo. Man, I goofed. I goofed. Then forward. Hence forward. Okay, so I have that. Did I not put Son of Man on here? I did. But Son of Man. I put that, but I never put the variants. Son of Man. Son of wait. Son of Son of Man. Okay, so I have capital S, capital M, capital M. Oh, so now it needs Son of Man. Okay. So that should capture the variance, I think. What I'm missing. It should be down there, uh Enoch chapter 62. Yeah. I wondered why I missed it. Wait a minute. Okay, so we stopped at thenceforward. But man, let me export all data into Bible backup again, because apparently if I don't keep track of some of these, I'm gonna accidentally import the and lose my work again. Not completely, but a little bit. Okay, so transport and yeah, so there it is right now. You can see it. It popped up with it now. I don't like missing stuff on there that I had already made notes on. Okay, off track, but we're getting focused. Focus. Okay, and the righteous and elect shall have risen from the earth and cease to be downcast continents. Is that like needing to go to the bathroom? I don't know. It's a joke. And they shall have been clothed with garments of glory, and these shall be the garments of life from the Lord of spirits, and your garments shall not grow old. Um, Garments shall not grow old. Um, People won't grow old. Nor your glory pass away before the Lord of spirits. Clothes getting old? Really? In those days shall the mighty and the kings who possess the earth implore him to grant them a little respite from his angels of punishment to whom they were delivered, that they might fall down and worship before the Lord of spirits and confess their sins before him. And they shall bless and glorify, blah, blah, my face, man, getting harder to speak. And they shall bless and glorify. I think it's the F. Um, the Lord of spirits, and say, "Blessed is the Lord of spirits, and the Lord of kings, and the Lord of the mighty, and the Lord of the rich, and the Lord of glory, and the Lord of wisdom. And splendid in every secret thing is thy power from generation to generation. And thy glory forever and ever. Deeper thy secrets and innumerable, and thy righteousness is beyond reckoning. Forever is broken again." Okay. We've now learned that we should glorify and bless the Lord of Kings and him who is king over all kings. And they shall say, "Would that we had rest to glorify and give thanks and confess our faith before his glory. Now we long for a little rest, but find it not. We follow hard upon and obtain it not. And light has vanished from before us, and darkness is our dwelling place forever and ever." See where it says, see how it says that darkness is, um, and darkness is their dwelling, because they're cast into utter darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, just like the scripture said in the KJV. For we have not believed before him, nor glorified the name of the Lord of spirits, nor glorified our Lord. But our hope was in the scepter of our kingdom and in our glory. And in the day of our suffering and tribulation, he saves us not, and we find no respite for confession. That our Lord is true in all his works and in his judgments and his justice. And his judgments have no respect of. God is not a respecter of persons. God is not a respecter of people. Persons, I'm gonna write a comment here because it's uh people is the plural form of person. Persons is incorrect in this case. How can scriptures use people in other verses correctly, but get it completely wrong here with bad English? I'd say I'd say we'd never know, but yeah, with the Mandela effect, it's yeah. And we pass away from before his face on account of our works, and all our sins are reckoned up in righteousness. Now they shall say unto themselves, "Our souls are full of unrighteousness gain." Huh. But it does not repent, blah, 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 blah. But it does not prevent us from descending from the midst thereof into the burden of Sheol. Sheol, I kind of have a mixed memory of. But yeah. And after that, their faces shall be filled with darkness and shame for that shame before the Son of God. And they shall be driven from his presence, and the sword shall abide before his face in their midst. Thus spoke the Lord of spirits. This is the ordinance and judgment with respect to the mighty and the kings and exalted, and those who possess the earth before the Lord of spirits. Because spake was not an old KJV form word of spoke. Or in other forms I saw hidden in that place, I heard the voice of an angel saying, "These are the angels who descended to the earth and revealed what was hidden to the children of men and seduced the children of men into committing sin." Um, chapter 64. Did it really only have 2 verses? Yeah, yeah, it only had 2. I thought I might. I Huh. The other version, the other version of that one said, uh, can I just unpin this because I keep accidentally hitting it. And I hate it. Um, yeah, 60. Okay, these are the angels who came down from heaven on the earth and revealed what is secret to the sons of men. Let us stray the sons of men so that they committed sin. And this variant of it says children of men. The other version says son men. I mean, blah, 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 blah. Sons, yeah, says sons of men, instead of children of men. So I'm just gonna highlight that. Children of men. Highlight. Oh, it hit it. It highlighted it twice. Huh. The other version, nice. That is beautiful. In those days Noah saw the earth, and it had sunk down, and in its destruction was nigh. And he rose from thence. Okay, chapter 65. Rather. Great. Okay. And he arose from there, or something or another, and went to the ends of the earth, and cried aloud to his grandfather Enoch. And Noah said 3 times with an embittered voice, "Hear me, hear me, hear me." And I said unto him, "Tell me what it is that is falling out on the earth, that the earth is in such evil plight and shaken, lest perchance I shall perish with it." Um, let me. So the other version on this one says, "Tell me what it is that is being done on the earth, that the earth is so afflicted and shaken, lest I be destroyed with it." Huh. And thereupon there was a great commotion on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven, and I did not fall on my face. Let me Yeah, he fell upon his face on that one too, which fell upon my face. Most likely fell down on his knees in distress, um, falling on their face sounds painful. Oh. And Enoch my grandfather came and stood by me and said unto me, why hast thou cried unto me with bitter cry and weeping? And a command has gone forth from the presence of the Lord concerning those who dwell on the earth, that their ruin is accomplished because they have learned all the secrets of the angels and all the violence of the probably demons, because there's only one Satan, and all their powers and the most sacred ones, and all the power of those who practice sorcery, and the power of witchcraft, and the power of those who make molten image is for the whole earth. That's idols. Um, molten images is like uh, statues, like when Moses came down from the mountain and saw them worshiping or making something about the golden ox or yeah, or what's it, golden calf? I forget which. But he broke his two tablets um, at that point. Um, yeah. And how silver is produced from the dust of the earth, and how soft metal originates in the earth. For lead and tin are not produced from the earth like the first. It is a fountain that produces them, and an angel stands there, and that angel is preeminent. Preeminent. Yeah. And after that, my grandfather Enoch took hold of me by my hand and raised me up and said unto me, go, for I have asked the Lord of spirits as touching this commotion on the earth. And he said unto me, because of their unrighteousness, their judgment has been determined upon, and shall not be withheld by me. Forever is broken again. I don't know why we stopped with that one. Forever is supposed to be forever, not broken. Like say someone says that your plan is supposed to be forever unless you cancel, and you never cancel a internet plan or something or a phone plan, and they decide to cancel your plan. T-Mobile. Oh wait, what? Yeah. Because of the sorceries which they have searched out and learned, the earth and those who dwell upon it shall be destroyed. And these they have no place of repentance for forever. Uh, forever. Oh, I forgot to forever. You have to hit the plus button before you hit save. Because they've shown them what was hidden, and they are the doomed. I'll just say that. But as for thee, my son, the Lord of spirits knows that thou art pure and guiltless of this reproach concerning the secrets. He has destined thy name to be among the holy, and will preserve thee amongst those who dwell on the earth, and has destined thy righteous seed both for kingship and for great honors. And from thy seed shall proceed a fountain of the righteous and the holy without number forever. One word. Forever. Bad way to end it with a broken forever. And after that, he showed me the angels of punishment who are prepared to come and let loose all the powers of the waters, which are beneath the earth, in order to bring judgment and destruction on all who abide and dwell on the earth. And the Lord of Spirits gave commandment to the angels who were going forth that they should not cause the waters to rise, but should hold them in check. For those angels were over the powers of water, and I went away from the presence of Enoch. And that was chapter 66. Huh. That one says, and I came out from before Enoch. Huh. I like to check what the other one says. In those days, the word of God came unto me, and he said unto me, Noah, thy lot has come up before me, a lot without blame, a lot of love and uprightness. And now the angels are making a wooden building, and when they have completed that task, I will place my hand upon it and preserve it. Now there shall come forth from it the seed of life, and change shall set in, so that the earth will not remain without habitation. And I will make fast thy seed before me forever, before me forever and ever. And I will spread abroad those who dwell with thee. It shall not be unfruitful on the face of the earth, but it shall be blessed and multiply on the earth in the name of the Lord. At least it's not Lord in all caps. And he will imprison those angels who have shown unrighteousness in that burning valley which my grandfather Enoch had formerly shown me in the west among the mountains of gold and silver and iron and soft metal and tin. And I saw that valley in which there was a great convulsion and a convulsion of the waters. And when all this took place from that fiery molten metal and from the convulsion thereof in that place, there was produced a smell of sulfur, and it was connected with those waters, and that valley of the angels who had led astray mankind burned beneath that land. And through its valley proceed streams of fire, where these angels are punished who had led astray those who dwell upon the earth. But those waters shall in those days serve for the kings and the mighty and the exalted, and those who dwell on the earth for the healing of the body, but for the punishment of the spirit. Now their spirit is full of lust, that they may be punished in their body, for they have denied the Lord of spirits and see their punishment daily, and yet believe not in his name. I saw Twitch pop up, so I kind of paused there for a second. In proportion as the burning of their bodies becomes severe, a corresponding change shall take place in their spirit forever and ever. For before the Lord of spirits none shall utter an idle word. For the okay, for the judgment shall come upon them, because they believe in the lust of their body and deny the Spirit of the Lord. And those same waters will undergo a change in those days, for when those angels are punished in these water springs shall change their temperature, and when the angels ascend, their water of the springs shall change and become cold. And I heard Michael answering and saying, This judgment wherewith I'm not even going to comment on that. The angels are judged is a testimony for the kings and the mighty who possess the earth. Oh, I didn't have to. It's already there. Because these waters of judgment minister to the healing of the body of the kings and the lust of their body, therefore they will not see and will not believe that those waters will change and become a fire which burns forever. Alrighty. And after that, my grandfather Enoch gave me the teaching of all the secrets in the book and the parables which had been given to him, and he put them together for me in the words of the book of the parables. I don't know what the book of the parables is. It's probably not. It's probably not the. I don't know. Oh, what is the book of the parables? Let's see. How about that that didn't seem to work right. What is the book of the parables? That was mentioned in the book of Enoch. Okay. The book of parables, also known as the as similitudes of Enoch, is not a separate external text mentioned inside the text. Rather, it is the second major section contained within the book of Enoch, uh, specifically spanning chapters 37 through 71. Sits right in the middle of the composite one Enoch collection, placed between the Book of the Watchers and the astronomical book. The parables visions, it contains three distinct visionary parables or discourses delivered by Enoch concerning the end times, hidden wisdom, and divine judgment. The Son of Man. Okay, blah blah blah. No. Heavily features eschatological imagery, famously introducing a pre-existing heavenly figure referred to as the Son of God, the righteous one, or the chosen one, who sits on the throne of glory to judge the wicked kings of the earth. Wait, missing at Qumran? What's that? Unlike the other sections of 1 Enoch, no fragments of the book of parables were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran, leading to debate over whether it was composed later than the rest, around 1st century BC. Does anyone know that BCE was a Mandela effect? At least it was for me, because I couldn't understand what that was. The 1st century CE. What in the world is was it common error, or I don't know. Okay, so let me get back to the Bible. After this, okay, so book of the parables. I'm just gonna highlight that, and move on. Actually, it's not a Mandela effect or anything, so I'm just gonna put it as no, orange is tacky enough. Let's make it purple. Uh, book of the parables. Purple. Nice. Tacky purple, maybe pink. I don't know. Now that day, Michael answered Raphael and said, "The power of the Spirit transports and makes me to tremble because of the severity of the judgment of the secrets and judgment of the angels, who can endure the severe judgment which has been executed and before which they melt away." And Michael answered again and said to Raphael, "Who is he whose heart is not softened concerning it, and whose reins are not troubled by this word of judgment? That is gone forth upon them, because those who have thus led them out." And it came to pass, when he stood before the Lord of Spirits, Michael said thus to Raphael, "I will not take their part under the eye of the Lord, for the Lord of Spirits has been angry with them, because they do as if they were the Lord. Therefore all that is hidden shall come upon them forever and ever. For neither angel nor man shall have his portion in it, but alone they have received their judgment forever and ever." Of course, all I have to do is tuck this in once, and it should catch both forever. See? Because it's nice how that works. Means If I did a keyword matching here, or them, wherever, would only get this one because right now it's matching the same word. Okay. 69. After this judgment, they shall terrify and make them to tremble because they have shown this to those who dwell on the earth. Behold the names of those angels, and these are their names. The first of them is Sam, the second Art, the third Arm, and the fourth Cockbell, Cockbell, whatever. The fifth Terrell, the sixth Rumgel, the seventh Dangel or something, the eighth the ninth Baraquel, the 10th Azazel, the 11th Armaris, the 12th Betar whatever, the 13th the 14th Hananel, I think, the 15th Turel, and the 16th Simps. I'm just gonna say the Simp. The 17th Jet, the 18th Tum Tum, the 19th Turel, the 20th Rum, the 21st Azazel. And these are the chief of the angels and their names, and their chief ones over hundreds and over fifties and other tens. The names of the first, uh, Jaquan. That is the one who led astray all the. Really, 69 verse 4. Let me. Um. Okay, so this one has it as Yequn. Mine has it is okay. It's like at least the Y versus J depending on the. Okay, I can understand that one. That makes sense. One who led astray all the fallen angels and brought them down to earth and led them astray through the daughters of men. The second was named Asbeel, and he imparted to the holy sons of God evil counsel and led them astray so that they defiled their bodies with the daughters of men. And the third name was Gad something, and he said it was he it is who showed the children of the sons of men all the blows of death and he led astray Eve. 29:6, 69:6. Really? It's saying that this fallen angel one um and he led astray Eve. So this is not who we would have believed to be Satan. I mean, unless that is the other name for I don't know. Let me look that Gadriel. Uh, uh, Watcher named as the third of five Satans. He's best known for allegedly leading um, Eve astray in the Garden of Eden. And huh. So from this one, it's not Lucifer that tempted Eve to sin. So I'm just looking this up. So comparisons between people who think were made Adam and Eve sin. Huh. I believe that it depends on heavily on how people interpret ancient scripts and which religious framework they use. People's views generally fall into three main groups based on how they read the garden narrative. Uh, they rely on later texts like Revelation 12:9, which expli- explicitly links that ancient serpent to the devil. Humanity was pure, but Lucifer, driven by envy and pride from its own previous fall, sought to destroy God's new creation. The original author of Genesis did not think of the serpent as Lucifer. That's academic, historical, critical. Serpent is strictly described as beast of the field that, oh, they're the YHWH basis crowd. We don't know the name, so we have to do initials. Maybe, I guess. Okay, let's move on. Okay, that's blah, 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 blah. There is there is a slight possibility though that if we had thought that it was if he was trying to make man and all false what at what point though are we talking about though? I mean, as because Satan could have Satan slash Lucifer could have had his hand in it even because he was I guess he was I would consider him like the leader over the fallen angels because he could have been like a commander and ordered one of his fallen angels kind of compadre or whatever to deceive Eve in the garden. Um, he didn't have to do it directly. So yeah. And from his hand they proceeded against those who dwell on the earth from that day. And excuse me, for evermore. That's a new one. For evermore. Yeah, let's just highlight that and move on. And the fourth was name was Pen. He taught the children of men the bitter and sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom. I'm not even going to try to say these names. And he instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sinned from eternity to eternity and until this day. For men were not created for such a purpose to give confirmation to their good faith with pen and ink. For men were created exactly like the angels to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous, and death, which destroys everything, could not have taken hold of them, but through this their knowledge they are perishing, and through this power it is consuming me. And the fifth was named Cass. This is he who showed the children of showed the sons of men all the wicked smitings of spirits and demons, witchcraft probably, the smitings of embryo, and that is yeah, that's the bad stuff. Um, Modern day abortion. Yeah, that it may pass away. The smiting of the soul, the bites of the serpent, and the smitings which befall through noontide heat, the son of the serpent named. Oh wow, my font could not even figure that out. Huh. He who he who shall not be named. This is the task of Cass, the chief of the oath, which he showed to the holy ones when he built high above in the glory, and his name is B something. This angel requested Michael to show him the hidden name that he might enunciate it in the oath, so that those might quake before the name and oath who revealed all that was in secret to the sons of men. And this is the power of this oath, for it is powerful and strong, and he placed this oath, a something in the hand of Michael. And these are the secrets of this oath. Dot dot dot. 6916. Is that let me um uh yeah, and they are strung to this oath. Um Let me go back. So the other version kind of just doesn't mention that there's a section missing. Dot 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 means that um either the piece of the parchment or the scroll or whatever it was on is just gone or so far degraded that they can't make out what it is. Um, they're strung through his oath, and the heaven was suspended before the world was created, and forever was broken. Uh, okay. And through it the earth was founded upon the water, and from the secret recesses of the mountains come beautiful waters from the creation of the world and unto eternity. And through that oath the sea was created as its foundation. He set for it the sand against the time of its anger, and it dare not pass beyond it from the creation of the world into eternity. That kind of sounds some of this with the creation of the world. Probably not Earth oath necessarily, but I would say, God said, "And let there be light," and there was light. Um, but I mean, it probably wasn't in English because I don't think it would. I don't know. God knows all languages, but God knows everything. But oh, does God have a first language that He thinks in? Does He have a favorite? I wonder. I don't know. Wouldn't God have taught Adam to know or somehow? Um, but then you know, He brought the animals to Adam to name them. I, at least from memory, some memory. Uh, okay. Got a mint, but it's hard to talk with it. Okay, and through the oath which sea was created as the foundation set for the sand against the time of its anger, and it dare not pass beyond it from the creation of the world to eternity. And through the oath are the depths made fast, and abide and stir not from their place from eternity to eternity. And through that oath the stars complete their course, and he calls them by their names, and they answer him from eternity to eternity. And in like manner the spirits of the water, and of the winds, and of all zephyrs in their paths from all the quarters of the winds. And there are preserved the voices of the thunder and the light of the lightnings, and there are preserved the chambers of the hail, and the chambers of the H frost, and the chambers of the mist, and the chambers of the rain and the dew. And all these believe and give thanks before the Lord of spirits, and glorify him with all their power, and their food is in every act of thanksgiving. They thank and glorify and extol the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. I'm typing one handed. Super slow. Okay, yeah. And the fourth was named Pen. He taught the children of men the bitter and sweet, and he taught them. What's that? Uh, wait. See, as soon as I did that, it jumped up forever and ever. And this oath is mighty over them, and through it they are preserved, and their paths are preserved, and their course is not destroyed. Close of the third parable. I guess that's the end of it. Hmm. And there was great joy amongst them, and they blessed and glorified and extolled because the name of the Son of God um it's 26. Um why didn't oh son of I typed the wrong name. Son of God had been revealed unto them. And he sat on the throne of his glory, and the sum of judgment was given unto the Son of God. And he caused the sinners to pass away and be destroyed from off the face of the earth, and those who have led the world astray. With chains shall they be bound, and their assemblage place of destruction shall they be imprisoned, and all their works vanish from the face of the earth. And from henceforth there shall be nothing corruptible, for the Son of God has appeared, and has seated himself on the throne of his glory, and all evils shall pass away before him. And the word of that Son of God shall go forth and be strong before the Lord of spirits. This is the third parable of Enoch. Chapter 70. And it came to pass after this that his name during his lifetime was raised aloft to that Son of God and to the Lord of spirits from amongst those who dwell on the earth. And he was raised aloft on the chariots of the Spirit, and his name vanished among them. And from that day I was no longer numbered amongst them, and he set me between the two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels took the cords to measure for me the place for the elect and righteous. And there I saw the first fathers and the righteous who from the beginning dwell in that place. And it came to pass after this that my spirit was um says translated, but wouldn't it be like transfigurated or something like that? And it ascended and his spirit ascended into the heavens, and I saw the holy and I saw the okay, he saw the angels. They were stepping on flames of fire. Their garments were white, and their raiment and their faces shone like snow. And I saw two streams of fire, and the light of that fire shone like hickened or something. And I fell on my knees before the Lord of Spirits, and the angel Michael, one of the arch. Okay, I generally don't know where it actually stopped. So the WS just dropped out on me. Um, so I'll start. And it came to pass after this that my spirit was moved, and his spirit ascended into the heavens, and he saw the angels, and they were stepping on flames of fire. Their garments were white in their raiment, and their faces shone like snow. And I saw two streams of fire, and the light of that fire shone like hickened, and he fell on his knees before the Lord of Spirits. The angel Michael, one of the archangels, seized me by my right hand and lifted me up and led me forth into all the secrets, and he showed me all the secrets of righteousness. And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of heaven, and all the chambers of all the stars, and all the luminaries, where they proceed before the face of the holy ones. And then he moved his spirit into the heaven of heavens. Um, I don't know about that one. And I saw there, as it were, a structure built of crystals, and between those crystals, tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw the girdle which girt the house of fire. It's probably, I don't know about that. And on its four sides were streams full of living fire, and they girt that house. There's a lot of girding going on, don't you think? I actually have that. There's a reason why I have that there, and mm, I think it's turning into fiction somehow. But yeah, and round about were seraphim, cherubic or cherubim probably, and orphanin, and these are they who sleep not and guard the throne of his glory. And I saw angels who could not be counted, thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, encircling that house, and Michael and Raphael and Gabriel and Phanuel, and the holy angels who are above the heavens, go in and out of that house. And they came forth from that house, and Michael and Gabriel, Raphael and Phanuel, and many holy angels without number, and with them the head of days, or probably the angel of days, ancient of days, blah. His head white and pure as wool, and his raiment indescribable. And he fell on his knees, and his whole body became relaxed, and his spirit was moved, probably. And I cried with a loud voice with the spirit of power. I don't know about that one either. And blessed and glorified and extolled. And these blessings which went forth out of my mouth were well pleasing for that um, Ancient of Days, I would say. That Ancient of Days came with Michael and Gabriel, Raphael and Phanuel, thousands and 10,000s of angels without number. Lost passage wherein the Son of God was described as accompanying the Ancient of Days, and Enoch asked one of the angels concerning the Son of God as to who he was. The book of the courses of the luminaries of the heaven, the relations of each according to their classes, their dominions, and their seasons, according to their names and places of origin, and according to their months, which Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, who is their guide, showed me. And he showed me all their laws exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world and unto eternity. So the new creation is accomplished, which is dureth till eternity. And this is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary, the sun, has its rising in the eastern portals of heaven, and its setting in the western portals of the heaven. And I saw six portals in which the sun rises, and the six portals in which the sun sets. And the moon rises and sets in these portals, and the leaders of the stars and those whom they lead, six in the east and six in the west, and all following each other in accurately corresponding order. Also, many windows to the right and left of these portals. And first there goes forth the great luminary named the sun, and his circumference is like the circumference of the heaven. He is quite filled with illuminating and heating fire. The chariot on which he ascends, the wind drives, and the sun goes down from the heaven and returns to the north in order to reach the east, and is so guided that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines in the face of the heaven. In this way, he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the fourth, those six portals in the east. In that fourth portal from which the sun rises in the first month are 12 window openings from which proceed a flame when they are open in their season. When the sun rises in the heaven, he comes forth through that fourth portal 30 mornings in succession, and sets accurately in the fourth portal in the west of the heaven. And during this period, the day becomes daily longer, and the night nightly shorter to the 30th morning. Now, on that day, the day is longer than the night by a ninth part, and the day amounts exactly to the 10th parts, and the night to the 8th parts. The sun rises from the fourth portal and sets in the fourth, and returns to the fifth portal of the east 30 mornings, and rises from it and sets in the fifth portal. It's kind of complicated, don't you think? When 30 mornings are accomplished, the day decreases by exactly one part and becomes 11 parts, and the night 7. The sun goes forth from that sixth portal in the west and goes to the east and rises in the fifth portal for 30 mornings and sets in the west again in the fifth western portal. On that day, the day decreases by 2 parts and amounts to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. How many parts? The sun goes forth from the fifth portal and sets in the fifth portal of the west and rises in the fourth portal for 1 and 30 mornings on account of its sign and sets in the west. On that day, the day is equalized with the night and becomes of equal length, and the night amounts to 9 parts and the day to 9 parts. The sun rises from the portal and sets in the west and returns to the east and rises 30 mornings in the third portal and sets in the west in the third portal. And on that day, the night becomes longer than the day, and the night becomes longer than night, and day shorter than day until the 30th morning. And the night amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the day to 8 parts. The sun rises from that third portal and sets in the third portal in the west and returns to the east, and for 30 mornings rises in the second portal in the east, and in like manner sets in the second portal in the west of heaven. And on that day, the night amounts to 11 parts, and the day to 7 parts. 24. Okay. And the sun rises on that day from that second portal and sets in the west in the second portal and returns to the east into the first portal for 1 and 30 mornings and sets in the first portal in the west of the heaven. And on that day the night becomes longer and amounts to double the day, and the night amounts exactly to 12 parts and the day to 6. And the sun has traversed the divisions of his orbit and turns again on those divisions of his orbit and enters that portal 30 mornings and sets also in the west opposite to it. And on that night has the night decreased in length by a ninth part, and the night has become 11 parts and the day 7 parts. The sun has returned and entered into the second portal in the east and returns on those his divisions of his orbit for 30 mornings, rising and setting. Now, on that day, the night decreases in length, and the night amounts to 10 parts, and the day 8. On that day, the sun rises from that portal and sets in the west, and returns to east, and rises in the third portal for 1 and 30 mornings, and sets in the west of the heaven. On that day, the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts, and the night is equal to the day, and the year is exactly as its day 364. Huh. So, how many days are there in a year? Exactly. Oh, wait. Isn't it supposed to be 365? Why is it saying 364? Maybe it's supposed to be 364? Huh. We're on verse 32, so I can Google it. My calendar is 364 days. I mean, I remember being 364 due to Mandela effect, but for Enoch. Oh. The 364-day calendar per Enoch is a schematic, scholar-based time system featuring 4 91-day seasons, 52 equal weeks, and fixed holy days. It divides into 4 seasons of 13 weeks each. Huh. The more you know. Um, uh, where were we at? I got lost. Uh, oh, 32. And the length of the day, and the length of the day and of the night, the shortness of the day and of the night arise through the course of the sun. These distinctions are made. They're separated. Becomes that its course becomes daily longer and its course nightly shorter. Like I have a bad internet connection. And this is the course of the sun and his return as often as he returns 60 times and rises, i.e., the great luminary which is named the sun forever and ever, which forever is broken once again. Forever. Why do they keep doing that? Uh, and that which thus, and that which, and that which thus rises is the great luminary, and is so named according to its appearance, according as the Lord commanded. As he rises, so he sets, and decreases not, and rests not, but runs day and night, and his light is sevenfold brighter than that of the moon. But as regards size, they are both equal. Enoch 73. And after this law, I saw another law dealing with the smaller luminary, which is named the moon. And her circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and her chariot in which she rides is driven by the wind, and light is given to her in measure. And her rising and setting change every month, and her days are like the days of the sun. When her light is uniform, it amounts to the seventh part of the light of the sun. And thus she rises, and her first phase in the east comes forth on the 30th morning. And on that day she becomes visible and constitutes for you the first phase of the moon on the 30th day, together with the sun and the portal where the sun rises. And the one half of her goes forth by the seventh part, and her whole circumference is empty, without light, with the exception of 1/7 part of it, and the 14th part of her light. When she receives 1/7 part of the half of her light amounts to 1/7 part and a half thereof. And she sets with the sun, and when the sun rises, the moon rises with him and receives the half of one part of light. And in that night, in the beginning of her morning, in the commencement of the lunar day, the moon sets with the sun, and is invisible that night with the 14th parts and the half to one of them. She rises on that day with exactly a seventh part, and comes forth and recedes from the rising of the sun. And in her remaining days, she becomes bright in the remaining 13 parts. Chapter 74. I saw another course, a law for her, and according to that law she performs her monthly revolution. And all these Uriel, the holy angel who is the leader of them all, showed to me and their positions, and I wrote down their positions as he showed them to me. And I wrote down their months as they were, and the appearance of their light till 15 days were accomplished. In single seventh parts, she accomplishes all her light in the east, and in single seventh parts, accomplishes all her darkness in the west. In certain months, she alters her settings, and in certain months, she pursues her own peculiar course. In 2 months, the moon sets with the sun in those two middle portals, the third and the fourth. She goes forth for 7 days and turns about and returns again through the portal where the sun rises and accomplishes all her light, and she recedes from the sun, and in 8 days enters the sixth portal from which the sun goes forth. When the sun goes forth from the fourth portal, she goes forth 7 days until she goes forth from the fifth, and turns back again in 7 days into the fourth portal, and accomplishes all her light, and she recedes and enters into the first portal in 8 days. And she returns again in 7 days into the fourth portal from which the sun goes forth. Thus I saw their position, how the moon rose and the sun set in those days. And if 5 years are added together, the sun has an overplus of 30 days, and all the days which accrue to it for one of those 5 years when they are full amount to 364 days. And the overplus of the sun and of the stars amounts to 6 days, and 5 years, 6 days every year come to 30 days. The moon falls behind the sun and stars to the number of 30 days. There's a reason why I always skip the verses where it says this guy begot this guy who begot this guy who begot this guy. It's monotonous. Seventh part, eighth part, first part, whatever part, going to this portal, west portal, whatever. It's so hard to read it, but I don't want to skip it either. But it's kind of after you kind of have to. I would have to, I would actually have to make a graph of portals and watch how it a visual aspect of it to kind of keep up with that because of reading it. I just it just It's just my brain like blanks out. It just goes into whatever portal from whatever portal, you know. I I don't understand it. The leaders of the heads of the thousands who are placed over the whole creation and over all the stars have also to do with the four intercalary days being inseparable from their office according to the reckoning of the year. And these render service on the 4 days which are not reckoned in the reckoning of that year. And owing to them, men go wrong therein, for those luminaries truly render service on the world stations, one in the first portal, one in the third portal of the heaven, and one in the fourth portal, and one in the sixth portal, and the exactness of the year is accomplished through its separate 364 stations. For the signs and the times and the years and the days the angel Uriel showed me, whom the Lord of glory hath set forever, broken for over all the luminaries of the heaven, in the heaven and in the world, that they should rule on the face of the heaven and be seen on the earth, and be leaders for the day and the night, i.e., the sun and moon, the stars, and all the ministering angels. But the angels are creation, but nothing here is a creature, which make their revolution in all the chariots of the heaven. Yeah, I should have made that with an S. And it'd be bad of me just to miss one letter. Okay. In like manner, 12 doors Uriel showed me open in the circumference of the sun's chariot in the heaven, through which the rays of the sun break forth, and from them is warmth diffused over the earth, when they are opened at their appointed seasons, and for the winds and the spirit of the dew when they are open, standing open in the heavens at the end. As for the 12 portals in the heaven at the ends of the earth, out of which go forth the sun, moon, and the stars, and all the works of heaven in the east and in the west. There are many windows open to the left and right of them, and one window at its appointed season produces warmth corresponding as these do to those doors from which the stars come forth according as he has commanded them, and wherein they set corresponding to their number. And I saw chariots in the heaven running in the world above those portals in which revolve the stars that never set. One is larger than all the rest, and it is that that and it is that makes its course through the entire world. That being the key word of that. But that doesn't sound right. Hmm. and and at the ends of the earth I saw 12 portals open to all the quarters of the heaven, from which the winds go forth and blow over the earth. Three of them are open on the face, i.e., the east of the heavens, and three in the west, and three on the right, i.e., the south of heaven, and three on the left, which is the north. The three first are those of the east, and three are of the north, and three after those on the left of the south, and three of the west. Through four of these come winds of blessing and prosperity, and from those eight comes hurtful winds. When they are sent, they bring destruction on all the earth, and on the water upon it, and on all who dwell thereon, and on everything which is in the water and on the land. And the first wind from those portals, called the east wind, comes forth through the first portal, which is in the east, inclining towards the south. From it come forth desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. And through the second portal in the middle comes what is fitting, and from it there come rain and fruitfulness and prosperity and dew. And through the third portal, which lies toward the north, come cold and drought. And after these come forth the south winds through three portals. Through the first portal of them, inclining to the east, comes forth a hot wind. Through the middle portal next to it, there come forth fragrant smells, and dew, and rain, and prosperity, and health. Through the third portal lying to the west come forth dew and rain, locust, and desolation. And after these, the north winds from the seventh portal in the east come dew and rain, locust, and desolation. Oh, I just read that. And from the middle portal come in direct direction health and rain and dew and prosperity. And through the third portal in the west come cloud and H frost and snow and rain and dew and locusts. So we're on. Uh, and after these four are the west winds through the first portal adjoining the north come forth dew and H frost and cold and snow and frost. From the middle portal come forth dew and rain and prosperity and blessing, and through the last portal which adjoins the south come forth drought and desolation and burning and destruction. The 12 portals of the four quarters of the heaven are therewith completed, and all their laws and all their plagues and all their benefactions have I shown to thee, my son Methuselah. That is really long wording. I need a minute. Goodness. Again, in the first quarter it's called the east because it is the first, and the second the south because the Most High will descend there. Yea, there in quite a special sense will he who is blessed forever. Okay. And the west quarter is named the diminished because there all the luminaries of the heaven wane and go down. The fourth quarter, named the north, is divided into three parts. The first of them is for the dwelling of men. The second contains the sea of water and the abyss and the forest and rivers and darkness and clouds. And the third part contains the garden of righteousness. I saw seven high mountains higher than all the mountains which are on the earth, and there comes forth H frost and days and seasons and years pass away. Saw seven rivers on the earth larger than all the rivers. One of them coming from the west pours its water into the great sea. These two come from the north to the sea and pour their waters into the ear 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 Erie Erythian Sea in the east. Erythraean in the east. And the remaining four come forth on the side of the north to their own sea, two of them to the Erythraean Sea, and two into the great sea, discharge themselves there, and some say into the desert. Seven great islands I saw in the sea and in the mainland, two in the mainland and five in the great sea. Oh goodness, more of these. The names of the sun are the following: the first or something, and the second Tamas, most like Thomas, but weird symbols. And the moon has four names. The first name is Sonia, the second Abla something, third Ben Benace Benace, or I don't know. The fourth Ray Ray. These are the two great luminaries. Their circumference is like the circumference of the heaven. The size of the circumference of both is alike. In the circumference of the sun, there are seven portions of light which are added to it more than to the moon, and in definite measures it is transferred till the seventh portion of the sun is exhausted. And they set and enter the portals of the west and make their revolution by the north and come forth through the eastern portals on the face of the heaven. And when the moon rises, 1/14th part appears in the heaven. The light becomes full in her. On the 14th day she accomplishes her light. And 15 parts of light are transferred to her till the 15th day when her light is accomplished according to the sign of the year. And she becomes 15 parts, and the moon grows by addition of 14 parts. And in her waning, the moon decreases on the first day to 14 parts of her light. On the sixth, on the second to the 13th parts of light, On the third to 12, on the fourth to 11, on the fifth to 10, on the sixth to 9, on the seventh to 8, on the eighth to 7, on the ninth to 6, on the 10th to 5, on the 11th to 4, on the 12th to 3, on the 13th to 2, on the 14th to the half of a seventh, and all the remaining light disappears wholly on the 15th. In certain months, the month has 29 days, and once 28. Uriel showed me another law when the light is transferred to the moon, and on which side it is transferred to her by the sun. During all the period during which the moon is growing in her light, she is transferring it to herself when opposite to the sun. During 14 days, her light is accomplished in the heavens, and when she is illuminated throughout, her light is accomplished full in the heaven. And on the first day, she is called the new moon, for on that day the light rises upon her. She becomes full moon exactly on the day when the sun sets in the west, and from the east she rises at night. The moon shines the whole night through till the sun rises over against her, and the moon is seen over against the sun. The side whence the light of the moon comes forth, there again she wanes till all the light vanishes, and all the days of the month are at an end, and her circumference is empty, void of light. In 3 months she makes of 30 days, and at her time she makes 3 months of 29 days each, in which she accomplishes her waning in the first period of time, and in the first portal for 177 days. In the time of her going out, she appears for 3 months of 30 days each, and for 3 months she appears of 29 each. And at night she appears like a man for 20 days each time, and by day she appears like the heaven, and there is nothing else in her save her light. Um, okay. And now, my son, I have shown thee everything, and the law of all the stars of heaven is completed. And he showed me all the laws of these for every day, for every of these for every day, and for every season of bearing rule, and for every year, and for its going forth, and for the order prescribed to it every month and every week. The waning of the moon, which takes place in the sixth portal, for in this sixth portal her light is accomplished. And after that, there is the beginning of the waning, and the waning which takes place in the first portal in its season till 177 days are accomplished, reckoned according to the weeks, 25 weeks and 2 days. She falls behind the sun and the order of the stars exactly 5 days in the course of one period. And when this place which thou seest uh, has been traversed, such is the picture and sketch of every luminary which Uriel, the archangel who is their leader, showed unto me. Okay. Yes. Peace. Okay. The peace. Peace. Yes. Oh well. And this is where we stop for the day, because next time we shall start at Enoch 80. And that one is the chapter that we say kind of shows us that where we are in that we are in end times. But yeah, we shall do that next time. So till next time, hope you're all doing well. God bless you and peace out.